Tonight I will tell you a secret that humbles every hard fact in your world. I say to you with calm certainty, the facts you fear are not kings, they are servants. And when you assume from the end, they must kneel. You have not come here by accident. You are here because life in its love for you has brought you to the edge of your old self. You are here to remember who you are. Not a beggar at the door of circumstance, not a victim of economy, upbringing, or statistics. You are the one who imagines. You are the operant power. Listen very quietly inside for a moment. There is an I in you that is older than every problem, older than your debts, older than the diagnosis, older than the heartbreak. That I is your true self. It is not anxious. It is not impressed by evidence. It simply knows. I say to you, the outer world is slow, heavy, late. It is only a shadow, a photograph of states you once accepted as real. What you see now is the echo of what you have assumed before. So if you would change your world, you do not wrestle with the echo. You change the voice that produced it. You change the state. Tonight you will learn to assume it now and let the facts kneel. I tell you, imagination creates reality. Assumption hardens into fact. Feeling is the secret. State is everything. You have heard words like these before, perhaps, but tonight they will move from words to law in your being. Not as something to believe in fearfully, but as something to quietly use. You have been taught to worship facts. The bank account, the email, the report, the test result, the message that never came. You bow in your heart before these images and say, this is so, this is me. But I say to you, all that you call fact is only crystallized imagination. It must obey the one who imagines anew. Right now, as you sit and listen, perhaps late at night, perhaps tired, perhaps hopeful, you can fall. That life has more for you than repetition of the old story. So let us begin. Close your eyes if you can. Let the world outside grow soft, like a distant hum. You do not need it now. Feel your breath. Slow, gentle, in, out. With each breath, let the noise of the day fall away. Let the labels fall away. Your name, your job, your past, your roles. For a few moments you are simply I am. Feel that. I am. Not I am poor, not I am sick, not I am lonely, just I am. This is the root, this is the foundation. From this I am, you have formed every story you have ever lived. Now listen, you do not get what you want, you get what you are. The world meets you at the level of your assumed identity. So when I say assume it now, I speak not of forcing thoughts, but of accepting a new identity as already yours. You wish to be wealthy. Then you must cease thinking of wealth as something distant, something to chase. Do not think of money. Think from money. You wish to be loved. Then you must cease standing outside love, longing for it to arrive. Do not think of love. Think from love. You wish to be healthy, strong, at ease in your body. Then you must cease worshipping the report more than your own inner decree. Do not think of health. Think from health. I will show you how. A man once came to me down to his last dollar. His face carried the weight of years of disappointment. He said, I have tried everything. I work, I strive, and still there is struggle. I did not tell him to work harder. I did not send him to plead with circumstances. I simply said, for the next week, when you lie in bed at night, do not rehearse your lack. Close your eyes and feel from the place of already being wealthy, not wishing for it, already being it. Hear yourself say, I always have more than enough. See your hands counting money that feels as natural as the breath in your chest. Feel the lightness, the relaxation of a man who is no longer afraid of bills. Sleep in that feeling. He thought it sounded too simple, but he was tired enough to try. He began to do it. Each night, with the outer world still screaming lack, he quietly entered the state of abundance. Within days, a forgotten debt someone owed him was repaid. Then a business opportunity appeared, not dramatic, but perfect for his skills. Over the next months, his income transformed. He did act in the world, yes, but his actions were carried by a new inner state. The change did not begin in the bank. It began in the unseen. He assumed wealth, and facts knelt. This is the bridge of incidents. He did not ask how. He simply lived in the end, and life wove the path. Do you see? You do not need to build the bridge. You stand in the new land within, and the bridge rises out of the sea to meet your feet. It must. It must. Now I want you to taste this for yourself. Again, gently close your eyes if they have opened. We will walk together into the state of wealth. Imagine it is some months from now. The specific time does not matter, only that it feels near enough to be real, far enough that your old world has had time to rearrange. You sit at a table with a cup of something warm. On this table is a statement, however you imagine it, a bank account, a wallet thick with notes, a message of payment received. You are not straining to see it. You are not begging. You are simply there as the one for whom this is normal. What do you see? Numbers. Not a number that makes you anxious, but one that makes your shoulders drop in relief. See it gently. Now, more important than the sight, how do you feel? Feel the soft exhale as you realize, it is done. I am provided for. I am safe in this area of life. Let that feeling spread through your chest, your belly, your hands. Perhaps you smile a little. Perhaps you lean back in your chair because you are no longer bracing for the next blow. Stay with that. Do not think about how it came. Do not analyze. Just feel from the end. In this inner scene, you might say to yourself in a simple way, I always have more than enough. Money comes to me freely and easily. This is my normal. Say it inwardly, not as a question, but as a quiet fact. No strain, no effort, just acceptance. This is living in the end. This is assumption. When you repeat this night after night calmly and faithfully, the outer world must bend. It must bring you the bridge, the opportunities, the ideas, the encounters. It is law. Now, do not misunderstand. You may have moments where nothing seems to happen. You may wake up and see the same numbers for a time. This is where many turn back. They say, nothing changed. But I say to you, what you see now is only the shadow of old states. Do not worship the shadow. Stay with your inner decree. Persist gently in the feeling of already being the one who has. Quietly reject the temptation to rehearse lack. Do not gossip about your poverty. Do not confess failure as your identity. The world is yourself pushed out. If you persist in the conversation of lack within, you will meet lack in the faces and events of your day. If you persist in the conversation of sufficiency, you will meet provision. You are not waiting on life. Life is waiting on you. Now let us speak of love. Many hearts are tired from chasing, pleading, proving. You may know this well. You have perhaps tried to twist yourself into shapes to earn a love that remained distant. But hear this, you cannot keep what you do not assume yourself to be. If you see yourself as unworthy, you will find ways to confirm it, even with someone who loves you. A woman once came to me in tears. The one she loved had turned cold, pulled away, ceased to call. She said, he is everything to me. I feel empty without him. I spend all day staring at the phone, imagining him with someone else. I listened, then I said gently, you must stop imagining the loss. You are feeding the very state you fear. Instead, when you lie down at night, do not see him ignoring you. Do not feel abandoned. Enter the feeling of already being deeply chosen. Do not imagine a particular scene of begging him to return. Imagine from the state of already having warm, stable love. It may be with him, it may be with another, but the state is the same. I am treasured, I am cherished, I am safe in love. Hear him or someone call you by a pet name. Feel an arm wrapped easily around you. Feel the quiet knowing, I am wanted, I do not chase. Fall asleep in that feeling night after night. She resisted at first. Her mind cried, but what if he never comes back? What if I lose him forever? I said, you have already been living in the scene of losing him. See how that has felt. Now try something new. You are not a beggar. You are the operant power. Assume the state of being loved and let life show you how it will express. She began. At first her tears mixed with the new feeling. That is all right. The soil of the heart can be wet and still receive the seed. After some weeks her entire demeanor changed. She carried herself as one who is chosen. She smiled without waiting for a message. One afternoon, the very man who had pulled away reached out with a softness she had never seen in him. He spoke of missing her, of realizing what she meant to him. This is not magic, this is law. The world is yourself pushed out. When she stopped being the abandoned one inside and became the beloved, facts bent, the man became the bridge. In another case, for another soul, perhaps a new love would have appeared. Do not cling to the outer form, cling to the inner state. You do not need to manipulate people. You need only assume your own identity. Say quietly in your heart, even now, I am loved, I am safe, I am chosen. Feel the difference in your body. Your shoulders soften, your chest opens, you breathe more easily. That feeling is a state. If you return to it often, it will shape your world. Now let us speak of the body. You may have been told of illnesses, conditions, names heavy with fear. You may have come to identify yourself as the sick one, the fragile one. But the body is not your master. It is your faithful shadow. It reflects the inner image you hold and the feeling you repeat. A man once told me he had lived for years with a condition that made every movement painful. He had surrendered to the identity of being broken. I said to him, each night before sleep, see yourself doing something simple that you currently cannot do with ease, not as a dream far away, but as a memory of today. Feel the soft strength in your limbs. Hear yourself say, I feel so free in my body. Dwell in that until it feels real enough to make you smile. He did this night after night. At first his body felt exactly the same, but he persisted. He did not fight the pain. He did not curse his body. He simply lived in imagination as the one whose body had obeyed the inner command. Then slowly the bridge appeared. He found a new practitioner, a new approach, subtle adjustments in his daily movement. The healing came not as a thunderclap, but as a quiet dawn. One morning he realized he had walked several blocks without noticing pain. He wept not only for the relief, but for the realization that his inner Our picture had led the way. The body obeys the inner image, assume the state of health, and the facts will kneel. Now you may ask, what of my past? What of all the times I failed, the things that were done to me, the ways I was rejected? Here is another secret. You are not chained to your memories, because your memories themselves are only present imaginal acts. You can revise. Revision is the art of returning in imagination to a scene that once wounded you and silently crowning it with a new meaning, a new outcome. A woman once carried deep shame from a childhood of constant criticism. Her mother's sharp words echoed for decades. You are worthless. You will never be anything. When she closed her eyes, she could still see the room, still hear the tone. I said to her, each night return to that room in imagination. But this time, let the scene unfold differently. See your mother's face soften. Hear her say, I am proud of you. You are more than enough. If you cannot bear to give her those words, then feel another presence in the room, a loving figure or your own future self. Step between you and the harshness and say, you are precious. You are seen. You are loved. Repeat this inner scene until it feels more real to you than the old one. When the old memory arises, gently replace it with the new. As she did this, something astonishing happened. She did not rewrite history in the physical sense, but she rewrote her relationship to it. The old sting vanished. She no longer heard her mother's voice as the voice of truth. New opportunities, new friendships, even new chances in her work began to appear because she no longer moved as the one who was fundamentally not enough. Revision dissolves the chains of the past. It proclaims, I am not bound to old states. I can redeem them now. The world is yourself pushed out. If you revise your inner past, your outer world must rearrange to match your new state. So you see, from money to love to health to memories, the law is the same. Imagination creates reality. Assumption hardens into fact. State is everything. You may be tempted to ask, how long will it take? How will this come? That is not your concern. That is the burden you must lay down. Your work is to assume the end, to feel the wish fulfilled, to live inwardly as the one who already is. The bridge of incidents, the series of events that carry you from where you seem to be to where you have already assumed yourself to be, is not your invention. It belongs to the unseen intelligence that shapes all. You may be moved to make a call, to accept an invitation, to try something new. Follow the gentle impulses that arise from your new state, but do not worry them with anxious calculation. The bridge appears. It always does. A man once assumed the state of being in his ideal work that fulfilled him, paid him well, and respected his time. At the time he began this assumption, he was in a position he despised under a supervisor who belittled him. Every night, instead of revisiting his office in his mind, he would close his eyes and imagine coming home feeling satisfied, telling a friend, I love what I do now. I feel appreciated. I feel well paid. He imagined seeing a new workspace, not in every detail, but in the feeling of warmth and respect. Weeks passed with no visible change. Then suddenly a company he had applied to long ago reached out to him. He had forgotten the application. The interview felt effortless. They described a role that matched his inner assumption exactly. He was hired with better pay and better hours. This is the bridge. He could not have scripted it. He did not need to. He assumed the end. The facts knelt. Now, beloved listener, let us come back to you. You have heard stories of others. You have glimpsed the pattern. But none of this will change your life until you dare to assume for yourself. So I ask you, what is the state you long for the most? Do not answer with a list of details. Answer with an identity. I am rich. I am loved. I am healthy. I am free. I am guided. Choose one that rises in your heart, one that matters deeply to you now. Do not be modest with yourself. There is no virtue in clinging to smallness. Have you chosen? Now we will walk together into it. Again, close your eyes. Let the words I speak paint the inner world, but most of all, let the feeling answer. Imagine that tonight, after we part, you lie down to sleep, but as you rest your head, you are not the same one who woke this morning. You are the one who has, the one who is. If your chosen identity is wealth, see yourself lying in a room that reflects that state, perhaps a subtle change in your surroundings, a sense of security. If your chosen identity is love, feel the warmth of being understood, even if no one is physically beside you. If your chosen identity is health, feel the strange, beautiful lightness of a body that obeys you easily. Do not see this as a distant future. See it as now, as done. Hear yourself in imagination saying a simple phrase that only the fulfilled one could say. Of course I am provided for. Of course I am loved. Of course I am well. Not in arrogance, but in quiet normalcy. Then notice the feeling in your chest, your stomach, your throat. Let it settle. Let it become familiar. This is your new home. When thoughts of the old state arise, and they may, do not panic. Do not scold yourself. Gently, like a parent taking a child's hand, lead your attention back to the new state. Say inwardly, no, that is no longer my story. I am now the one who has. I remain here. Day by day, night by night, this is your sacred practice, returning to the end. Not begging, not pleading, not bargaining, simply accepting. It is so. The outer world will lag at first. It may even seem to contradict your new state. Do not be moved. When old facts roar, you whisper inwardly, you are only an echo. I have already changed. Your calm persistence is the proof of your faith, and I tell you there will come a day, as surely as you breathe, when the outer world will bow. Facts that once mocked you will rearrange them, see. Delves into testimonies of your inner work. People will ask, how did you do it? You may smile and say a few words, but you will know. It was never the outer maneuvering. It was the inner assumption. You assumed it now, and the facts knelt. Beloved, you have carried many false identities. You have worn rags in consciousness while being royal by nature. Tonight the rags fall. Tonight you put on the garment that truly belongs to you. Feel it. If it is wealth, feel the ease. If it is love, feel the warmth. If it is health, feel the freedom. If it is spiritual certainty, feel the unshakable I am that no storm can touch. This is not pretending. This is not denial. This is the highest form of honesty. Honesty about who you really are beneath all changing circumstances. You are the one who imagines. You are the one who feels. You are the one who assumes. And your assumption is law to your world. So as this message comes to its quiet close, its work is only beginning in you. For tonight, when you lay your head on your pillow, you will remember. You will remember that you are not replaying a day of failure to drag it into tomorrow. You will revise where needed. You will bless your past. You will then step into the end. You will fall asleep, not as the seeker, but as the one who has found. Do this not once, but again and again, with gentleness, with persistence, with faith. And then watch. Watch as calls come you did not expect. Watch as ideas rise in you that feel clear and right. Watch as doors open that once seemed sealed. You may call it miracle, you may call it grace, but you will know it is your own inner law unfolding. You assumed it, you felt it, you lived in the end. And the facts, proud facts, cold facts, stubborn facts, had no choice but to kneel. So I speak this blessing over you now. Walk as the one who has. Walk as wealth in human form. Walk as love in human form. Walk as health in human form. Walk as freedom in human form. Do not apologize for the light you carry. Do not shrink to fit the memory of who you were. Stand tall within, even if you say nothing with your lips. Let your inner silence declare, I am, I have, it is done. Tonight, assume it now. Not someday, not maybe, now. And let every fact in your world, slowly, surely, beautifully, kneel